Ladies and gentlemen, more information and visuals, including a reveal trailer, have been released today from Giant Software, who are publishing Project Motor Racing with Straight 4 Studios. I have to say I'm very excited. I've been playing racing games for a very long time, and I know Farming Simulator is my thing, and I know there's a lot of Farming Simulator people that will watch this, people that will be angry and that kind of thing. You can play all sorts of games. I've been playing racing games since way back, Sega Rally, on arcade games, Toka Touring Cars, the original of that, all of the Gran Turismos, Colin McRae, you name it, racing games, rally games. If it's driving, I love it, and I'll play all sorts of stuff. So I'm really excited about this coming out. That being said, before I go into the blurb, the bump, the info that's been released, I'm going to play the reveal trailer. Hopefully, I don't get clobbered for copyright. They've sent this out to us to put onto our videos to show. A couple of times this happened. So I'll put that video on now.
They ask, why do you love this wild, crazy sport? Because life makes a lot more sense when you're out there chasing limits. On the edge, where racers like to play. The thing about messing with the limits, though, eventually you're going to come unstuck. And then they'll ask, now what? Now you go back out and you do it all over again. The highs and the lows, they don't matter. What matters is getting out there, competing, racing. Because it's not the failures that brand us, it's the wins that define us. In this sport, no one gets to buy legacy. We build it together, one lap at a time. Because legacy is not an orphan, it's all of us. It's this wild, beautiful community we call sim racing. Why do you love this wild, crazy sport? The answer is about competition, passion, compulsion. That's all you're going to get. Sorry.
Absolute legend there, Derek Bell. Phenomenal racing driver. Won Le Mans 24-hour 5 times. He was a Formula 1 racing driver. He won the Daytona 24 2 or 3 times, I think. Absolutely awesome. And looking at that trailer as well, I mean, like I say, I love racing games. I'm going to read the blurb. There's some information in this which I'm very excited about as well, which I think is very, very cool. I caught a glimpse of a few bits and bobs, and apologies if I misname things here. I'm sure at the start it was a Porsche 917. I'm sure it was a Porsche 917. There was definitely Saleen S7s in there. I think the image we're looking at now is a Saleen S7. Lister Storm, Lamborghini. Obviously at the end, there's that Lamborghini SC63, the hypercar. Audi R8, I think it was LMS, and there was definitely an R10 in there. So a whole range of stuff. But like I say, there's more information on that to come. And what I also, as well, towards the end of that video, it did say about pre-ordering now. There is in the description a pre-order for PC digital download link. It will be available to pre-order in other areas and locations as time moves on, which will become more relevant. If you do get the option to, if you are going to do a PC digital download and use the link, if you use the code, all caps, MrSealyp, that helps me massively in the Giants partner program. That would be absolutely wonderful. But let's get into the blurb then, shall we? So, Straight 4 Studios and publishers Giant Software are proud to announce Project Motor Racing will release on PlayStation, Xbox and PC. Built on the mod-friendly Giants engine, Project Motor Racing promises a new benchmark in handling performance. Published by Giant Software and developed by Straight 4 Studios, Project Motor Racing ignites all the passion, beauty and intensity of professional motorsport. The racing simulator will hit the track in fall 2025. It's very American, that. Autumn. Autumn for you Englishers. Fall 2025 with 70 plus vehicles, 10 racing classes, and 27 track layouts. And I'm sure, looking at some of those clips, I'm sure a bit of that was Nürburgring. There was a few other bits more there. Anyway, built for thrills. From today's radical LMDH hypercars to iconic legends from motorsport's rich legacy, each car is meticulously recreated and licensed from the world's top car manufacturers like Lamborghini, Aston Martin, and Audi, and some of the other ones. I'm sure there was a Ginetta in there. Was it a Ginetta? I'm trying to think. Kind of almost sharp, pointy nose thing. Anyway. Each class has been curated to ensure definitive grids of motor racing heroes from today and yesterday. From LMP to turn-of-the-century GTs, from today's GT3s to 1970s sports cars. With action-packed four-class racing across 27 scanned global tracks, Project Motor Racing is a motorsport-first simulation. But it is racing for all. From sim racers to first-time racers, Project Motor Racing boasts game modes for everyone, from single-player career mode to in-depth online racing, from fun leaderboards to packed full race weekends. An immersive racing experience will put drivers into the cauldron of a racing cockpit with visible G-forces, heat haze, braking force and dirt, alongside sound design that captures motor racing's true ferocity. True to Track will allow racers to experience the authenticity of every track with dynamic weather conditions, adaptive racing and drying lines, and a 24-hour day and night cycle. Now, I want to just pause for a moment there while we're saying that. That in of itself, and depending how it works with the track physics, and obviously there's a lot to unpack when it comes out in autumn. The track dynamics, tyre dynamics, your grip, and that kind of stuff. The fact that it's going to have an adaptive racing line and drying line when it's been raining, so when you get your wet, and dynamic weather conditions. So when you're racing, you assume that there will be a weather report, weather will come in, and it may come and go. The 24-hour day-night cycle as well. So if you are doing something like the Le Mans 24-hour, that's going to be staggering. And if it works and works well, I've played a few racing games over the years, and there's a few different ones that have promised various different things, and it's not always, it's difficult to do as well, because it depends, because you can go from, like it's saying, if you're brand new to playing first time races, you might be playing on a PS5, you might be playing on an Xbox, you might have a controller in your hand, and that's how you play. You might have the most basic racing sim rig. You might have just a steering wheel and pedals with your steering wheel clamped to your desk. But then that goes right up to sim racers who have a full motion moving sim rig, multiple screen, huge curved screen, whatever it might be, the whole kit and caboodle. What you're going to gain from the big sim rigs will be different to what you'll get from a controller in your hand with regard to feedback and that immersion and how much of that you will gain. But it's going to be interesting to see, like I say, nevertheless. That's got me very excited, I'm not going to lie. So, Simulation Refined. Project Motor Racing will also feature Sim Racing's newest physics engine. Built from the ground up, running on the Giants game engine, it delivers unmatched handling realism at 720 Hz, with more natural, non-linear throttle control alongside precise force feedback taken directly from the tie rod and out-of-the-box peripheral optimization. Fancy words. And with the factory driver program, every car's handling is painstakingly tested and approved by the world's top racing pros to ensure authentic handling precision. And you probably picked up in that video as well, Ben Collins, the former Stig, is part of the team that has been doing the testing. He is moving between at the moment. I've been watching him drive, Tribe and various different. He's got his own channel on YouTube and stuff now, where he's doing a lot of stuff with one of my all-time favourite sim racing YouTubers, Jimmy Broadbent. He did some stuff with him as well. And he's bouncing between real-life racing and sim racing. So he's really trying to immerse himself more in sim racing to understand all of that as well. There's a lot of esports stuff goes on too. So Ben Collins is involved in the testing and stuff like that, which I think is very, very cool. Anyway, This is the next gear for Giant Software. Moving forward, we will be recognised not only as the creators of Farming Simulator, but also the publisher of Project Motor Racing, says Christian Arman, CEO at Giant Software. Our strong collaboration with Straight4 gives me full confidence that we'll deliver an exceptional experience for all sim racing enthusiasts. Ian Bell, CEO of Straight4 Studios, noted, "This is not about driving, it's about racing. With our streamlined approach and what we consider to be the most authentic handling model we've ever created, Project Motor Racing is both a nod to our genre's rich legacy and a big step into the next era of simulation." It's a bold statement. Project Motor Racing will be released on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S this fall, autumn. Pre-orders are available now on selected channels, including the bonus GTE Decade Pack that features 7 extreme examples of high-performance cars racing in one of the most thrilling and competitive classes in GT racing history. You can visit the giantsoftware.com, straight4.com, projectmotorracing.com and the Giant Software press area for more information if you are looking for it. As I said, this is just the information we've given, the video, the clip they've sent us, and it does look incredibly good, but it's going to be that first taste test when you get to have a go of it and you get to have a proper play and find out what it's like. Any more information that comes up in the future, I will pass it along. And like I say, I'm putting this out there to a much wider audience, not just the farm sim guys. I know there are a lot of farm sim guys and farm sim content creators that also play a lot of racing games. It depends where your blend and overlap is. If you're watching this as a farm sim gamer and saying, I'm not interested, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to be at all. But as I said earlier on, there is a link in the description. If you want to look into pre-ordering it, you can. And I'm sure more links will come up as time passes. There'll probably be a retail forwarding one as well if you're thinking about pre-ordering on console, but we don't have that link at the moment. I hope you have found all this information useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.